Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean. Here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. A police press conference held on cash for gold. Senator Donastorg pleads not guilty. And Laverne Jones comes home a hero. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, the recent crime wave that has plagued our territory recently was addressed early today by the Virgin Islands Police Department press conference. News Channel 8's Wes Small has more.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. Well, the high crime rate and the high murder rate in particular is really on a lot of people's minds, and a lot of questions need to be answered. Why low employment, no jobs, destroyed family structure, the father's not at home, children taking over the houses in our neighborhoods, young mothers having babies like babies having babies. But a lot of people think it's cash for gold as well. This cash for gold came into this community without checks and balances. And today, the VIPD are going to address that. At a press conference held early this morning at Rainbow Command, let's go to Deputy Police Chief Chris Howell.
The Virgin Islands Department of Licensing licenses legitimate businesses who want to make these exchanges. However, there are a number of individuals that we have learned that are involved in the illegal cash for gold business. We will actively be targeting these individuals in the coming months, and we are taking a very zero tolerance attitude toward these individuals, because we realize that to operate these businesses in this fashion comes with a responsibility. And if there are businesses out there or individuals out there that will pay cash for gold and not be licensed and not work within the confines of the law, it is the duty of the Virgin Islands Police Department to arrest these individuals and prosecute them. In the last week or two, we've had a number of officers assigned to the cash for gold businesses. We have met with Licensing and Consumer Affairs, and we have determined that over the last couple weeks, a large number of businesses have obtained cash for gold type licenses. Now, let's talk a little about what that means. If you're going to operate a cash for gold license, you have to be cash for gold business. You have to be licensed to do so with Licensing and Consumer Affairs. There's a procedure that you have to go through like any business license, and obtain that license. A fee must be paid. But once you have obtained that license, there's a number of things that you have to do in order to follow the rules and procedures that are outlined in Title 27, Chapter 9 of the Virgin Islands Code. What this means is the Virgin Islands Police Department has some authority over these businesses. And if someone comes in and wants to sell a piece of gold, there's a procedure that's been set up under Title 27 in order to assure that the individual that's coming in has obtained that gold through legitimate means, and also provides a waiting period in order to assure that the Virgin Islands Police Department can investigate the gold and make sure that it hasn't been stolen. Starting yesterday, and we will continue and actually finish today, we will have visited all St. Croix businesses that are licensed to do a cash for gold type business. We've also provided them, and it's available here to the press, a transaction report that each transaction must be reported on. Now, that transaction report is covered in the same Title 27, and it's provided to the police department. So anytime an individual goes into one of these businesses, this form must be filled out. They must have a Virgin Islands identification, photo identification. A copy of that will be attached to the form, along with a picture of the item on which cash is being requested, whether it be a gold chain, a gold watch, any sort of precious metal or jewelry, or even diamonds or other precious stones. The business owner is then responsible for providing that form to the Virgin Islands Police Department within 5 business days. And once that is in the Virgin Islands Police Department hands, they cannot discard those items, either melt it down or sell it or move it off island for an additional 10 business days, giving the police department a period of time in which they can investigate the gold to determine if it has been stolen. The lawmakers very carefully crafted this law I guess because they had the foresight to see that this could be a problem here in the Virgin Islands, and certainly it has posed significant problems here in the Virgin Islands. We are also aware there are a number of businesses and individuals who are operating illegal gold exchange businesses. And I would like to warn the public that these type of businesses, if they're being operated out of vehicles or individuals on the street, they are illegal. If you go in and exchange and try to exchange your chain for cash, and they do not try to fill out one of these transaction reports, if you're under the age of 18 and they allow you to do it, or if they simply don't request to see identification, they are an illegal business. Then we will deal with those businesses as we find them. We'll deal with these individuals as we find them, and we will prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
There you have that. We could certainly see more checks and balances coming to the cash for gold businesses. Now they have to be registered. Now they just can't chop up gold arbitrarily and send it away. So perhaps now we could get a better grip on the situation, and our crime rate and murders and dangerous crimes in particular, violent ones, will come down. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And in other news, Senator Fonzie donastorg pled not guilty in magistrate court, while his attorney asked for a jury trial on the behalf of his client. News Channel 8's Wes Small talked to donastorg's lead attorney, Gordon Ray, early today.
Thank you very much, Jerome. On the line with us today is attorney Gordon Ray, and he represents Senator Fonzie donastorg, the latest twist in this domestic violence and this weapon possession thing. Attorney Ray, thank you for spending time with us so far. We understand that you are in Dallas, Texas right now, and we understand that you've issued some statements over the media that Senator donastorg pleaded not guilty in court yesterday. Please tell us where the case is going. Where do you think it's going to end up, sir?
Well, as you're aware, about 2 weeks ago, the government asked to have about 2 weeks to review the case, look at it, and decide what it wanted to do. That 2 weeks ended yesterday, and the government decided to proceed with the prosecution. So Senator donastorg was arraigned in court on charges relating to the allegations. We have a judge, we have a discovery schedule that's been set up, the usual motions practice, and at some point there will be a trial. I was somewhat surprised that the government decided to continue with the case. That's been a lot of time, obviously, with the senator, and I have no question about his innocence. And we look forward now, given the posture of the case, to having our day in court to prove his innocence and having an opportunity for the truth in this whole matter to come out.
I have to ask you, as I represent a lot of people who talk to me daily, Attorney Ray, a lot of people feel that this is a setup and the timing is of political nature. Do you have anything to respond about those accusations?
Well, I'd really rather not respond to those, and let me explain why. And the senator was correct also in not talking about those things. I'm an officer of the court. As a lawyer, I've been practicing in the Virgin Islands for some 30 years. I try a lot of cases. I work with the courts, and I'm a strong believer, as are our judges, in the point that cases should be tried in courtrooms, not in the court of public opinion. We want to make sure that Senator donastorg has a fair trial. Everybody has a fair trial in this case. We're looking for the facts and for the truth. I know there'll be a lot of gossip out there. I know there's going to be a lot of rumors. I've, as I said, worked in the Virgin Islands for several decades. But I don't feel it would be appropriate for me to comment on every rumor that comes around. I'm an attorney. My job is to get my client's story out and get it out in the right forum, and that's going to be a courtroom. So I'd really rather not make any comments about all the rumors and gossip, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot of them over the coming weeks.
Will you be asking for a speedy trial, sir?
We're going to try to get a speedy trial. Obviously, the senator is entitled to a speedy trial under our laws and under the Constitution. There are political dimensions to this, and I think it's important that this get resolved.